Hello, everyone, and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Art Therapy Thursday, and I know that we missed our Wellness Wednesday. And I was going to do this live this evening, but unfortunately, my back is still very, very sore. So I won't be able to sit and move as much as I would normally for a live stream. So unfortunately, we are going to not do the live stream, but I am going to do a bit of coloring on this. I will do as much as I can, um, trying to sit as still as possible while coloring. I did color a little bit on the bench just to make sure that I could, as well as a little bit of gel pen work. Again, just to make sure that I could. Um, I didn't want to hurt myself. You know, have you guys sitting here going, oh God, she's going to die. Because I don't want you to think that. So I'm going to continue on with a little bit of the bench just to show you how I did it, and then I'll finish that off screen. And we're going to work a little bit in the gel pens on the different accoutrements on the bench, the different paints and other things. I want to do this. I really want to do this part. uh, I have actually already picked out the pens that I'm going to use, and hopefully it will work the way I want it to. So I've got number 256 here. I'm still using the DBDSZYH pencils. I'm going to switch you over to the close-up here so you guys can see a little bit better. There you go. And what I'm going to do, and what I did on the top, is I'm going to take this lighter color and I'm just going to cover the whole thing with the lighter color. And I'm going to put a couple of layers of this, um, alternating with a darker color to get the color I want. This set does have plenty of different colors, but I wanted a little bit of that yellow brown in there. Um, and I really can't move around a whole lot to find the color that I want. So when you can't find the color you want, what do? You make the color you want. Okay, so I'm going to concentrate on this area here just so I can keep it on screen without moving it around a whole bunch. If I do get a little breathy, I apologize. When the twinge hits, it's almost like giving birth to children. Um, I feel it passes quicker if I breathe a little bit deeper, so or a little bit more shallow, I guess is the word. If I breathe really, really deep, it really hurts. So if I do seem to be panting a little bit, I apologize. And like I said, if it gets to a point where I can't sit anymore, I will finish up and go lay down. Okay, so I've got the light brown on there. Now I've got number 77, which is a darker brown, and we're going to put this over top. And I'm just going to do it very lightly to begin with, because I'm going to put this over top of the whole thing, and then I'm going to get darker as I move into those shadow areas. Now this protrudes out, so there's going to be a lot of shadow areas underneath here, as well as between the desk and the drawer. And the artist has given you your shadow areas, so you can follow those quite easily. Again, just going to go as far as the camera will show, just because I just really am not able to move around enough to adjust the camera too much. I know it really kind of sucks, but today is my oldest son's birthday, and Mama's not going to bake a cake like she was going to. Hopefully he can help me and we can actually get the dinner that he wanted for his birthday made, but he's going to have to help me with that. It's either that or else they're going to have a craft dinner. Because I'm telling you, standing at the stove is just not one of those things that I am able to do at this moment for long periods of time without looking extremely pitiful. All right, so we've got the dark brown on there. Now we're going to go over it again with the light brown. And we're going to blend into that dark brown. I'm still doing a fairly light layer because I still have another area that I need to darken up around those shadow areas. I hope everybody else is doing much better than me. I did actually email Rachel Minsk about their coloring book, so hopefully that input is helpful to them. And I did play with it a little bit more, and I did find a couple of other things that I didn't find enjoyable with the paper, so I will go over those another time when I have a little bit more energy. So I'm going back through with the number 77 now, and I'm just pressing a little bit harder and making this area here right underneath the lip of the desk top a little bit darker. And I'm bringing that down into the rest of the front of the desk. Now with this technique, it makes it a lot easier to blend those colors together because you're already blending them together. Now, one of the things that I'm not able to do is put the pressure on the pencil that I would like, so I have to do a few more layers than I normally would for this technique, just to get it as dark as I want it to be. Alright, now we're going to take our lighter pencil again, and we're going to pull that down and blending it in to the rest of the desk front. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing at the bottom here. Now, as you can see, the black line on the desk drawer front is thinner up here than it is down here. So the shadow line on this is going to be thinner up here and then thicker as we get closer to the bottom of the drawer line. And that's the best way I feel to follow the direction that the artist is given us. Same with over here. The drawer line is a little bit thick on this edge. So we're just going to bring that drawer out like so. And I'm not sure if you guys can see a whole lot of it, but and then again this part here is thicker. And then we're going to go up into here. And I'm going to do this for the entire drawer and desk area exactly the same way. And I'm not going to bore you with doing it over and over again. I'm going to put in the shadow here for that leg, like so. All right, now we're going to color the drawer. Now the drawer has got more wear on it, so the drawer is going to have more light areas than the back of the desk front. So I'm going to make sure that we have more lighter areas showing than darker areas, especially around the door handle and around the top part of the drawer. So again, I'm just blanket coloring everything with the lighter color. And the reason for this is because I am going to go over it with the darker color and create that color that I wanted. I'm just using 2 pencils for this. I'm using number 256 and number 77. Now, of course, you can definitely do different colors on your drawers. You can even, make it look like a painted cabinet. You don't have to do a wood color for anything that has wood grain. You can, of course, paint it. All right, so now I'm going to start with the darker color, but I'm not going to go all the way across. I'm going to go all the way across on this line. And I'm just going to start lifting my hand to give that wear area. Because when you open a drawer, you would grab the drawer either by the handle or up at the top of the drawer if it's partially open. I do anyway. So that area, I'm going to have a wear pattern up at the top of the drawer here as well as here. So the areas that you would typically grab the drawer to open it, I'm going to put a wear pattern. Like so. Sorry, I moved and got a twinge. As long as I sit perfectly still and don't try to adjust myself, I can do pretty good. But as soon as I get any little bit uncomfortable, which for me is anytime I sit for more than 5 minutes at a time and adjust myself, I get a twinge. Alright, so the corners of the drawer here and the sides of the drawer, I'm going to do the full treatment of the dark. Same with the bottom of the drawer. Because even though sometimes you do grab the bottom of the drawer, you grab the very, very bottom. So maybe I'll put a little bit of wear on there as well at the very bottom. And grabbing the doorknob or drawer handle, you're going to have a bit of wear around it as well. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of wear around that as well. Same with the front of the drawer. Just going to cover the whole thing except for around the doorknob, drawer knob. And put in the shadow area there. And we gotta do this side here as well. I'm so sorry for missing stream. I know it's very disappointing, and I really hate disappointing you guys. I know that a lot of you are sitting there going, if you're in pain, you're in pain, you can't do it. And we would kick your ass, tushy, sorry, if you did. So I know that I shouldn't, and I know I shouldn't feel guilty about it, but sometimes I do. And I'm going to have to edit that little cuss word out. Sorry, Shannon. Medication. Just sharpening my pencil here. And yes, that did hurt. Then we're just going to go over top of the entire thing again, adding that color, giving it that bright gleam. And blending into that darker color. And what this does is it creates that nice tanny yellow brown color that I wanted. Like that. Now we're going to take our darker one, and again I'm going to sharpen it. I should really move my sharpener. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to start doing our shadowy areas. So we've got a shadow back here from the top of the drawer. And then from the ridge here of the drawer front, we've also got a bit of a shadow. Now we're going to darken this area here a little bit, this area here a little bit, and this area here a little bit, to show that wear pattern that we want to have in there. And then this side here, we're going to go down and we're going to darken the whole thing. And same with the bottom here. And go underneath. We're going to darken the shadow areas and the wear areas. And then underneath the drawer. Don't forget this side here. Make sure that you darken your edge as well as your joints. And get the edge of the drawer color. Like so. Alright, now for the grain of the wood. I'm going to take the pencil and put the grain in. Now you don't need to do this as much, especially if you find that you want to paint this. So if you want to do this as a painted piece, one that you're not going to use a wood tone to, you can definitely just color over the wood grain. When you paint a piece, the wood grain will show through. However, it will show through the same color as you paint it. Going over it again with the lightest color, which is number 256. And we're just going to blend it all in. Get all those colors nice and dark and nice and bright at the same time. Like so. And there we have our wood tones. And that's what we're going to do with the entire front of the desk. So that's what we're going to do with the desk. Now we're going to do this piece here, and I'm going to do this in gel pen, hopefully. So let's see, hopefully I can do this properly. So I've got the Pentel pops. So I've got the Solar Pop, I've got the Milky Pop, and I've got the Sparkle Pop. Now the Solar Pop is going to be our brightest color in the back here. So it's going to be our dark pink. And I'm just going to do everything in the back side of it in that dark pink. I know it's a fluorescently bright pink, but that's what we're going to use for our dark color. And I'm hoping if I do this right, and now we're going to use our Milky Pop, and we're just going to go right into that's brighter color. Like so. Now I want a little bit more of that bright, so I'm just going to come back with that brighter color here. Just going to blend that in. See how it gives that dark line. So I'm just going to do the whole thing here. Okay, I want a bit of a shadow under here. So I want a bit of dark under there. Like that. And then again, oh, I gotta do this side. And we want this to be a little bit lighter here. Sorry guys, just got a really big twinge. And we're going to go dark under here, trying to make sure that I stay on the camera for you. Putting in those shadows. Then we're going to take our lighter, just going to go right into it and drag it out. Trying to work fairly quickly so that it doesn't dry before I can work that lighter color into it. So put that back in there. Like so. Make sure that we get the line here. And if you're careful enough, you can just blend those colors together and make a nice smooth blend. I need to not write on my face. I need to stop turning and twisting like I am, but I need a sheet of paper to scribble on, just to make sure that I get all of the colors the right way, if that makes sense. All right, now we're going to do this side. And we're using the solar pop for this part. And then we're going to add the milky pop. And go back with the solar pop. Just cleaning off the nib, because sometimes you'll pick up some of that other color, which makes it more difficult to blend them together. Like so. All right, now for the bottom part here. We're going to go underneath with the deeper color. We're going under all of the little ornamentation there. And we're going to come up from here and up from here. Then we're going to add our milky pop. Trying to blend those colors together. so. And then across the top here as well, down the edge. And for any areas that I need to clean up, I'll come back through and clean them up afterwards. So I think what we'll do is we'll finish up this and do a little bit on the other gel pen areas. And then I think I will need to call it a day. My back is starting to really hurt, so I apologize. I have no idea what I did to myself. I had a sneezing fit, and then the next thing I knew, I couldn't stand up straight. I make a really good short question mark. Which of course makes everything difficult. I have been able to um, put together a Christmas decor and shopping um, thing for the community page. So there's some cool coupons that may help with your Christmas shopping on the community page if you want to check those out. That they do change every day. So some of them are only good for one day. So if you see something on there, make sure you check the date that it expires uh, and grab it when it's available because it may not be back. All right, so there is our outside of our toolbox. Now I'm going to take the Sparkle Pop and I'm going to do the hinge area, the clasp area here, because we gotta have some sparkle. I'm trying to make sure that I get full coverage with the Sparkle Pop. And I will do the metal part there in silver. Alright, same with here on the handle. And then down the handle as well. And again, I'll do a silver on the edges there. And then for these parts, I'm going to take our bright color here. And then I'm going to work into it with the Sparkle Pop. What I'm kind of hoping is that it'll lighten it a little bit. Doesn't seem to be, so I'm going to do this one here dark. I was going to do dark and light. So I'm going to do this one here dark. Just making sure I get fully covered. This paper does not like the sparkle pops. Alright, now we're going to do our medium. I don't like doing large areas with gel pens because of the lines that I tend to get. So I'm going to try to avoid that. I know that there is a way to blend it out. I just, like I said, have no ability to gather up a lot of materials. I was going to show you all my Christmas book collection and let you know what we were going to be doing for the month of December. However, that requires lifting and that's not happening. So I will do that as soon as my back is all better. And then we're going to take our lightest one. One thing I will say though is it does go a lot quicker. I'm going to take a little bit of the dark pink here and just put a shadow on the edge there. Alright, and then we've got a very large area down here, so I'm going to take the dark. I'm going to put the shadow in for the clasp as well as the lip here. I'm going to take the sparkle pop here and put in a shadow here. For that lip. And we're just going to blend that in. going to take our lighter color here. We're going to blend right into that darker color. I want some of the darker color here as well. And down here, just to separate them. Now the Milky Pops do seem to flow a lot better than the other ones, than the Sparkle Pops. So. The one thing about the Pentel Pops is they do have a fairly large nib, so quite a bit of ink comes out of them quite quickly. So you have to be a little bit careful when you're going over an area. All right, we're going to put in Sparkle Pop here. Make that area sparkly. Just going to go around it a little bit with the shadow. Drag it out with the Milky Pop. Then we're going to take our brighter color, put it here. Like so. And then we're going to take our deep red, pink color, our glittery color. Yeah, picked up a bit of the paper. Or a bit of paper from somewhere. Okay. And then we're going to go that side with the deep pink. So it's a pink toolbox. Just making sure that I get a good amount of coverage here. Then we're going to do the same thing up here. I want to get this toolbox done um, before I sign off. So I'm going to battle through it. The pain is creeping up a little bit. I'm going to have to take some medication and knock it back, but I am going to get this toolbox done. All right. Make sure that I get that edge. Under there, dark. Hopefully it doesn't look completely horrible. Then our last color here, and then we'll put in some silver for the handles. And then we'll let this dry and maybe see if we can have a pretty looking box. I don't normally color full areas with a gel pen. This is a rarity for me. So if it looks terrible, I apologize. Especially to all of those people that do actually color with gel pens and make it absolutely gorgeous. Um, I'm sorry if I messed it up. Alright, so we've got our silver sparkle pop here. Just going to cover the handle area here where it joins on, which I would expect this to be a metallic piece to make it solid. And same with the clasp here. Alright, I'm going to switch you over to the main camera so you can see what we have accomplished. I know we haven't accomplished a whole lot, but we did get some of the drawer done, and we did get the toolbox done. And let's do a little bit on here, and then we're going to call it a day, because I want to get a little more than that, just the toolbox done. I can do more. I can, maybe. So I'm going to color these push pins with the blue sparkle pop here for this one. And then I'm going to use this one here, which is supposed to be a purple, but it's a blue. Starts off purple, but when it dries, it's this color of blue. And then this one here, which is supposed to be black, but it turns out to be red when it dries. And green. Get all our push pins done here. And I think orange. Gold. using all the sparkle pops. And some silver. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to do this in gold. Alright, and then some green. Okay, and then we're going to do a nice light yellow for the background. And I probably should have done the background first. Okay, and then we're going to take this pale blue and do the edge. Like so. Sorry if I got quiet. Concentration. Concentration with a twinge. That's always fun. I do want to at least try to get this picture finished this month, so I will be working on it off screen because I know that on Saturday we're going to be picking a new picture. But I will be working on this one and I will, of course, post it to Facebook as well as Instagram um, as it gets finished. So that is going to be it for me for today. I again apologize for the inconsistencies lately. I know I took some time off and then I put my back out, so I know I haven't been around a whole lot, and I apologize. So I will be trying my best to heal up for Saturday. So if I do not get the Felismo Friday video out, I apologize. Um, it may have to hold off, and I may have to just take a day and completely um, go to the doctor and whatnot. If it's not any better by the end of today, it's a little bit better than it was yesterday. So if it doesn't get a little bit better by tonight, which means that tomorrow it should be getting fully, close to being mended where I'm not in pain. Um, if that doesn't happen, I will make an appointment and go in or I'll go into the walk-in clinic and see if there's anything they can do for me. All right, guys, so we have our box done. We have the desktop done. I am going to continue this process around the rest of the desktop, and I will continue to work on this um, throughout the rest of the week. And of course, I will post that to Instagram and Facebook when I get it completed. Again, this picture is me thankful for the community that and thankful to all of the artists out there that create beautiful things with everything, not just colored pencils, but with markers, gel pens, paint, wool, everything that they create with. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye bye for now.